Peace, family. It's your brother Marc Lamont Hill. Welcome to the Marc Lamont Hill official YouTube channel. We are here on day 124 of Israel's war on Gaza. And as always on the channel here, we are going to give you the latest updates, the latest information, everything we can so that you have at your disposal the most important developments, the most important policies, the most important and frankly tragic losses that we can kind of keep track of in the moment. Right before we get started, though, I want everybody to drop your location in if you can. Drop your city, drop your state, drop your country. Let me know if you want to. No obligation, but sometimes people want the shouts out. I see Dez out in Chicago, Illinois. Adrik Hapoy, who's a Marc Lamont Hill official YouTube channel member. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, 124. MX Samael said free Palestine. That's right. Bullet the Bunny. Shout out to you as well. Herman Gill, what's up? My brother, again, another channel family member. We got Kitiwe in South Africa. We got Arji in Paris. We got Siv in South Africa. Sophia, who's MLH family. What's up, Sophia, coming from Austin, Texas. We got Michelle in Wash from Denver, who's MLH family as well. Metaverse Monty from LA. I'm so happy, y'all, man. My brother Hans hit me all the way from Jakarta. That's dope. That's dope. Mark, Nairobi, Kenya. Shout out to my namesake there. Appreciate y'all for joining me on the channel. Let's get going. We give you some of the latest updates. Yeah. Oh, and of course, Russ. What's up, good brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all. Let's get it popping, man. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of good news. In fact, the news from the Gaza Strip over the last 48 hours has been incredibly tragic. At least 107 Palestinians were killed and another 143 were injured between Monday and Tuesday. Literally, just between Monday and Tuesday, 107 dead, 143 injured, according to Gaza's Ministry of Health. That makes the death toll as of yesterday, the end of yesterday, 27,585 Palestinians have been killed since October 7th. Local sources reported yesterday that 6 civilians were killed in Israeli shelling that targeted a vehicle in the Khirbat El Adis neighborhood in Rafah city. That's in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Khirbat El Adis. I was trying to see if I could pull up an image of it for you on the map to give you some context. But Khirbat El Adis is yeah, I don't have a good map here, but we'll break it down another time. But it's in Rafah city. It's in the south. And again, 6 civilians killed in a car being shelled is the point. And that's not the only sort of innocents that we see attacked here in the Gaza Strip, even in the last 24 hours. The Palestine Red Crescent Society said on Tuesday that El Amal Hospital in Khan Yunis, which was under siege by the state of Israel for 2 weeks, was subjected to violent bombardment and continuous gunfire, which led to shrapnel flying into the hospital. So again, part of the bombardment of Khan Yunis was the hospitals, including El Amal Hospital. That hospital was hit with such violence that people couldn't leave and people couldn't come in. Imagine being stuck in a hospital, even after you get better, and shrapnel is flying into the building. And then imagine being sick and needing to get into the hospital, but you can't because of all the violence. Or you have to succumb to the violence. You have to go through a violent territory to get into the hospital. So I need this blood transfusion. So I got to go to the hospital, but I got to duck bullets to get into the hospital. And then when I get in, finally, I'm getting hit with shrapnel. The United Nations Humanitarian Agency, that's the OCHA, reported that starting January, humanitarian aid's mission's ability to access people in dire need in Gaza worsened. There's no surprise there. 66%, to my knowledge, of all planned missions were denied. According to OCHA, of the 61 planned missions to the north of Gaza, 10 were facilitated by Israel, and the other, and 34 were denied access. I'll be interested to know what happens to the rest of them. As of Saturday, UNRWA, the United Nations Relief Works Agency, estimates that about 75% of Gaza's population of 2.3 million, more than half of them children, are displaced. More than half of that number are children, but 75% of Gaza, 3 out of 4 people in Gaza, is unhoused and forcefully relocated. How do we not call this ethnic cleansing? How do we not call this war crime? How do we not call this genocide? How do we not call this depopulation? How do we not call this a war on Gaza? This is wild. This is absolutely nuts. Bullet the Bunny, I appreciate the shout out. Appreciate the note. Am I feeling better? No, I'm not. I'm not feeling well at all. But we got work to do, and we're gonna do that work regardless, because people are forced to do a whole lot more with a whole lot less. Sophia Martinez is right. This did happen at Al Shifa. At Shifa Hospital had dealt with the same thing, and so did Al Ahli. We're talking about over and over and over again the same types of issues, the same types of trauma, the same type of violence. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a statement saying it will not have diplomatic relations with Israel unless an independent Palestinian state is recognized on the 67 borders, with East Jerusalem as its capital. Now that is a statement. Saudi Arabia standing up and saying, look, we will not normalize with you all. We will not have diplomatic relations until there's a Palestinian state on the 67 borders with East Jerusalem as a capital. And that's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I don't know if the Crown Prince would say that. I don't know if the official leadership would say that, but that is the call. The U.S. Central Command posted on X that the Houthis fired 6 anti-ship ballistic missiles toward the southern Red Sea in the Gulf of Aden. No one was injured, and only minor damage was reported. Again, one of the things that we've seen emerge in the last month has been people in Yemen, Houthis in particular, engaging in military blockades and assaults on ships as a means of making life challenging for the West, particularly the sort of aligned movements and aligned nations, the global South, the global North nations, the first world nations, so that they will have the kind of pressure placed on them to create a ceasefire in Gaza. So as long as there's no ceasefire in Gaza, you're going to see drama in the Red Sea. It's really that simple. A couple quick updates beyond that, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. The U.S. House of Representatives has rejected a Republican-led bill to provide $17.6 billion in assistance to Israel as a wider bipartisan bill during a vote on Tuesday. Let me be clear about this. They offered $14 billion at one point. Now it's $17 billion. Rejecting a $17 billion aid package to Israel is the right thing to do, but I don't want you all to think that the $17 billion being rejected means that there's zero going. That $17 billion will likely be more like $13, $14 billion. So the specifics of the package are rejected, but please do not confuse that with a belief that somehow the U.S. is standing up to Israel. It's not. On Tuesday, Qatar's Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani said that Hamas has given a generally positive response to a proposed truce deal with Israel, as the Palestinian group reiterated its demand for an end to the Israeli assault on Gaza. So Qatar and Egypt have been playing a very pivotal role here in serving as an interface. Hopefully we see the outcomes we want. U.S. President Joe Biden told reporters on Tuesday that Hamas's response to a proposed Gaza truce framework, quote, seems to be a little over the top, but that negotiations would go on. This is incredibly important. A couple quick updates about the West Bank, and then we're out of here. An Israeli convoy of military vehicles and bulldozers stormed the city of Jenin in the occupied West Bank last night. Again, not surprising. The only surprise was who's going to do it. Is it going to be settlers destroying your stuff or the military itself? This time it was the military or the state. Israeli military also stormed the city of Tulkarem, imposing a siege on the Nur Shems camp while bulldozers have destroyed nearby infrastructure. Again, they're tearing down buildings. More than 50% of all the buildings in Gaza have been torn down since October 7th, but we also see the West Bank feeling it as an extension. Israeli forces on Tuesday shot dead 18-year-old Palestinian Mahmoud Soutiti at the Beit Furik checkpoint east of Nablus after he allegedly attempted a stabbing attack. That's according to Wafa. There's video footage of that as well. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on what happened. But we do know that he allegedly pulled out a knife and he was allegedly killed. Those are the reported facts, but we'll investigate. And lastly, Israeli authorities on Tuesday demolished a retaining wall in the town of Beni Naim, east of Hebron. That's according to Wafa News. So a lot going on, a lot of updates, a lot of powerful stuff happening that we got to talk and think about. But I wanted to make sure y'all do that. By the way, I want to shout out Hans de Kraker, I hope, for joining the Marc Lamont Hill channel. All you got to do is hit that join button, family. The monthly support makes everything work so much better. But I want to thank you all for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the mission. Every single day we're doing this, and we think it matters. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if it matters to you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the latest updates on what we're doing. And of course, if you're so inclined, you can also join or hit the Cash App. Go to $MLHTV and drop an amount into our Cash App coffers. No amount is too small. All of it helps us build the platform that you want to see. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.